Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Edison International, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, California Resources Corporation, Bakersfield West Rotary Stroop Family Foundation, Panama Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and the Kern High School District, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Do the Math. I'm Michael.
And I'm Marylou. Need some help getting back into the swing of things? Well, we have tutors here till 5:30 tonight. If you're calling from Bakersfield, you can call us at 636-4357. If you're calling from San Luis Obispo, I said all wrong, sorry.
You can
call us toll free at 1-866-636-6284, or you can email us with questions at dothemath@kern.org, or you can find us on any social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of it.
All right. Well, as Marylou said, we do have phone tutors available until 5:30, as we do most Tuesdays and Wednesdays throughout the regular school year, and this obviously is the first week back, the 8th
Yes.
of January 2019, so time is flying right on by. Anyway, we have a lot of things going on today, and just one mention that we did have a student email us a question yesterday, and we were able to take a look at it, and that young person, Jade. So Jade, if you're viewing the program right now, if you could possibly call us, because there's a little clarification we need. So if you're able to do that, give us a call between now and 5:30. Otherwise, we'll email you and see if we can solve that problem over email. Before we get to the other activities of the day, let's first take a look at today's Math in the News. All right, and today's Math in the News, I figured we would bring somebody in the news into the studio with us. So instead of just reading about it and me coming up with a math problem, as we usually do, I have decided to bring in an expert. So I have in studio with us right now, Michelle Corson. How are you?
Great. I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad that you were able to make time for us to come on down. Let everybody know where you work and what your position is.
So I work for Kern County Public Health Services, and we have launched recently a very exciting program called Waste Hunger Not Food. And really the goal of this program is to rescue food that otherwise is going to be thrown in the trash, which is going to then go to a landfill,
Right.
Rescue that food and get it to those in our community that need it the most, that are hungry and really in need of this nutritious food.
Now, when did this kind of start in somebody's head? How long
So
ago?
we started moving toward this program about a year ago, conceptually.
Okay.
We then launched the program in September of last year, and we are thrilled at the growth so far. We've been focusing on schools, so students that are eating in those lunchrooms, and instead again of throwing away food they otherwise would be throwing away, that they just weren't hungry enough to eat. Instead, they're throwing it in one of our milk crates. Our drivers are coming and picking up, and we are distributing it out to the community, to those that need it.
Now that food, does it matter if it is when a kid gets a hot lunch at school, it comes from the cafeteria from the school, as opposed to students that bring their own food? Are you able to take food from both sources, or is it only from school food? You know what I mean?
I love your question. We are only able to take the food that is from the school.
Okay.
So children bringing their own lunches, we're not able to recover that. But again, there is a lot of waste that was happening, and so we are thrilled to be able to recover that food coming from the school.
And I'm glad this started, because as a school teacher, I mean, we see going through the cafeteria a lot of food just being tossed out. And I know that some school districts have implemented salad bars.
Yes.
Which is good because it's a little bit more healthy, but then you hope that the students take what they're going to eat.
Yes,
instead of
absolutely.
just piling it on and then
Right.
just dumping it.
Right.
So is there a lot of produce like that?
Yes, yes, we're recovering a lot of produce. Definitely some of the salad that is not being eaten, whole fresh produce, packaged things like carrots, for example, that may not be eaten. You know, we want students to eat the food. We want them
Right.
to leave feeling full, but oftentimes there is food that they are not wanting to eat, or they're full. And again, giving them an opportunity to not throw that in the trash, but give it to someone that is in need is a really exciting thing for us.
And there are a lot of agencies in Kern County that deal with hunger.
Yes, there
So
are.
do you guys work with them at all, or is this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we've been working primarily with a structure called City Serve, where we're empowering small local churches in neighborhoods that are impoverished. So these churches are then going out and distributing the food themselves. We're working with places like the Bakersfield Homeless Center. We are working with Catholic Charities, St. Vincent de Paul. So we are just beginning. Again, our pilot just started, but we're wanting to get not only those that are hungry, but also our homeless population as well, to make sure that they're being fed.
Well, you guys have been pretty busy since the beginning of the school year.
Yes.
And let's take a look at some of
Yes.
the people behind the scenes, shall we say.
And I love this. This is Vaki, one of our drivers, and she comes from the Bakersfield Homeless Center. She is a driver, but she is in the job development program with the Bakersfield Homeless Center. She once herself was homeless and hungry. Now she is helping feed people
go.
as one of our drivers. You can see this is from one school pickup at Bakersfield City Schools. Our van is full, crates full of fresh food. We love that picture because every day our 3 vans are being filled with this really fresh, delicious food.
All right, let's take a look at another photograph that you've got here.
Oh, so this is exciting. This is Riverview Assembly of God. These are one of those small community churches we were talking about. We had just done a delivery. This was one of our first deliveries, and this is the pastor and his family and some of the waste hunger folks and Vaki, our driver. Again, they are so excited to receive this kind of food, and then they go walking in their neighborhoods to distribute that food immediately the day that they receive it from us.
So they get it. It's, I mean,
it goes right out.
no time at all. Here you go. We've just received
Yes.
this. You take it and
Do you
Yes.
have drivers that deliver the food to them? They don't have to come
Correct.
get it?
So our drivers are picking it up from often school sites, and they are delivering it directly to these churches that then quickly distribute it. And not only are our schools places we're going, but we're going to places like Subway. And this is Subway, and you see they're holding the letter A. Normally, you know, the public health department, we give letter grades, A, B, and C.
Okay.
In the windows of our restaurants, we give them a grade. So they get a special waste hunger logo on their letter grade, and in this case, it's an A, to show that they are participating and they are donating their excess food to our program.
So is that up here in this corner?
Yes, it
that what
is.
that is? Okay.
Yes. So that the community can recognize restaurants that are donating to our program. That's kind of
Well,
exciting.
now that I know about this, I mean, I'll keep an eye out for something
Yeah.
like that. You know, that, hey, you guys are
Definitely.
Yeah.
helping out right there.
And this is Sullivan Petroleum. The gentlemen there are the owners of the Sullies. I'm sure you know about the Sullies that are in our local Chevron
Right.
gas stations. They have a deli that is just delicious. It's on Stockdale Highway. They are donating their excess food to us. So this is a picture we took with them. They've also been part of our pilot, and we've been getting just delicious food from them that, again, otherwise they would be throwing into the trash can.
And our final one.
So these are the 3 vans that we purchased with a Cal Recycle grant. Because again, we want to not only rescue food, help improve our environment by it not going to a landfill and creating all of that, you know, the gas emissions and trying to reduce all of that, but most importantly, rescuing that food and feeding people in our community. We have one of the highest rates of hunger for a metropolitan area. 1 in 4 children go to bed hungry in Kern County. That is devastating. So we are excited that these 3 vans that are rescuing this food are really trying to help with that problem.
Get in and get it out.
Absolutely.
Now, Marylou, we're going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
What % of all food, this is one of the handouts that Michelle brought in with us, what % of all food produced is wasted?
Ooh.
So what % of food
food.
that is produced, all the food that's produced, how much of it do you think is wasted food?
I would say about 35%.
Ooh, you are very close. The answer is 40%.
Oh, I was going to say 40 and I dropped it
Yep.
down.
They give you a ding on that anyway.
Good answer, though.
Wasted food.
Okay.
Wasted food consumes what percent of all fresh water?
Wasted
So when you
food.
waste
Ooh.
food, it has taken water to produce that.
Yes.
So what percent of water do you think is allocated to this wasted food?
Okay, I'm going to go a little higher, 65%.
Now, you had to go a little lower.
Oh, I had to go
So
lower.
about 21%.
Okay.
Oh,
Easy with the buzzer there.
That was-
In the background. You're getting on you right there. All right. What rank do you think Bakersfield is in the nation with the most people in an area who cannot afford to buy the food they need?
Didn't we say number one?
That's when you see if you're paying attention right there.
she was paying attention.
There you go. Big bell on that one right there.
I'm
Nicely
impressed.
done. Now, Michelle, if somebody wanted to help out with this program, they go, you know what? I'm really digging what you guys are doing. I don't have a restaurant or a business or anything like that. Is there anything that I can do to help out?
Well, first we encourage people to visit our website, which
Okay.
is wastehungerkerncounty.com. And at the moment, we are looking for people to donate food and also churches to sign up to receive food. But those then churches, we are listing them on our website. People can volunteer to work at some of those churches in distributing some of this food. So that's one thing. But then we're also trying to build the capacity that each of us can help rescue food in our own homes and throw away less food and only purchase food that we know we are going to be eating. So we're trying to build responsibility for all of us. So we're putting tips on our website to try to help all of us in our own home manage our food waste better.
Okay. Well, I know a lot doesn't go wasted when it's sitting in front of me. I
Yeah.
think that.
Now, Michelle, do you also go out to like Arvin and Shafter, those areas as well?
I'm really glad you asked that. We are going to be branching out, and by next year, we plan to at least to be in 2 different areas. We already have some of our outlying areas expressing interest. We want to grow this county-wide.
You're going to need
So,
some more vans.
Yes.
We are looking into that.
Well, you know what? We certainly appreciate you taking some time out to come visit us.
Thank
Are there any
you.
other numbers, because, I mean, we do the math here, numbers that you would like to share with us as far as the amount of
would.
food, things like that?
Yeah, so we are very thrilled. We launched our pilot with 10 schools from Bakersfield City Schools. In September, we launched. We were rescuing food from 10 schools. To this date, with just 10 schools, we have rescued over 51,000 pounds
Wow,
of
5,000 pounds of food,
that
basically from every
otherwise,
school.
Yep, that otherwise would have been in the trash can. So we've only just begun, but that is more food than we expected to be rescuing at this point.
And I'm sure there's a whole lot more that you can get.
Yes, there is.
So you said that the Bakersfield City School District is one of the school districts that you guys work with. Are there other school districts that are in with this right now?
Yes, we are so excited. We are launching next week Fruitvale School District, Kern High School District. We are also in talks with, we're going to be talking to Standard School District, Fairfax. So there are schools lining up now to talk to us and get involved in this program, and it is so exciting for us.
Well,
so we've only just begun.
It certainly sounds like it's off to a great start right
it
there.
is. It really is.
And not a better person to help lead the charge right there.
Thank you. Thank you.
So once again, we do appreciate you taking out some time to come visit us with Do the Math.
Thank you.
636-4357 is that phone number. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30. Don't forget, you can also call us toll-free if you're in the San Luis Obispo County area. That number is toll-free at 1-866-636-6284. We'll be going out to Berkshire Elementary in just a moment, but before we do that, I have a little problem for you to work on.
Okay.
All right? So this is going to be in anticipation of our guest coming on.
Okay.
All right, our next guest, a young lady from Reagan Elementary. So what I'd like you to do is I would like you to put up 4 4s with a bit of space between them.
How's that? Yes?
Beautiful. And then at the end, put an equal sign
Okay.
and choose a number between 1 and 9.
Oh, 1 and 9. All right, I'll go with 8.
All right, there you go. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our guest figure out what needs to be done with these 4 4s to get equal to 8. We're going to check right now, see if we have an opportunity to head out live to Berkshire. We're going to go out there in just a little bit. So you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to just bring her up right now. Anjana, come on up. We were going to give you a moment, but come on up real quick. All the way over here, young lady. All right. Now, you brought some homework with you? Excellent. But you're not going to be able to do your homework right now. So first of all, what I need you to do is come on up here and let everybody know where you go to school and what grade you're in.
I go to Reagan Elementary and I'm in 6th grade.
How's 6th grade going?
Good.
What is the best thing about 6th grade so far?
Math.
So you like the math that you guys are doing in class? All right. Now, is this something that you guys have in your regular classroom, or is this like an extra credit thing or something extra?
Something extra.
So this is something extra. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to give you just a couple of moments to think about what's up on the board, because right now we're going to head out live to Berkshire Elementary and visit with April.
What's your mascot? Hi, I'm here with the Berkshire. The Berkshire what? Eagle. And we are here to do the math. And so we've been doing some whiteboard problems. So what we're going to do now is we're going to erase the whiteboard and let's do another problem. So we just finished 3/4 divided by 3. And let's do another one. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Okay, so let's do 5/6 divided by 2. And you're going to show me 2 different ways to make that happen. And remember, use one another. 2 ways to simplify or find the answer to 5/6 divided by 2. So let's go. Let me see what you got. 2 ways. And remember, we can use visuals. So talk to me about what you're doing here.
I'm doing flips. No, same change flip.
Change. Oh my goodness, same change flip.
So we keep one the fraction.
So we're going to keep the fraction,
You want
and we're going to change our division to.
into multiplication.
And then what's another word for flip? Let's not flip it. What's the mathematical term for that? It starts with an R. Anybody know? What is it? Rotate? Kind of. When we rotate, we turn. But what's the mathematical term for that?
Round.
Round. It's another R.
Reverse.
Reverse is close. Anybody else know? Okay, so repeat after me. If you're going to turn the numerator into the denominator and vice versa, it's called the reciprocal. Say it.
The reciprocal.
So we're going to keep, change, and find the one more time, find the reciprocal. Gotta say that, okay? So it's the reciprocal. We're gonna keep the first fraction, change division to multiplication, and find the reciprocal. Go. Do you think your answer is finished on your first one?
No.
No? Sorry. That's not the one. Sorry about that. Are you done?
No.
You are not done. So what more do you think you have to do?
Simplify the answer I got right here into a smaller number.
Okay.
Fraction.
So how do you do that? How would we simplify 5/12? What do we have to think about?
A number that could reduce it.
Okay, so is there a number that you can divide 5 by as well as 12?
No.
So are you done?
Yes.
With way 1. Now you're going to give me another way? Okay, let's work on way 2. We've got some fractions going on over here. So can you explain your picture to me?
So I put 6 rows, and then I colored in 5, and right here I split it in half.
So what is, you're multiplying by 2? Or you're splitting by 2? What are we doing here? We're splitting by 2? Okay. So if we split by 2, how would that look up here? So this says 5 6 times 2. So if I multiply by 2, that means I get double the amount. But if I'm splitting it, I get half the amount. So should this be 2 or should that be another number? What do you think? Can you help her out? So how did you start? You started 5 6
Yeah.
divided by 2.
And then I did same change split.
Reciprocal?
Yeah.
So same, change to multiplication, and then the reciprocal?
And then I got that, and then I simplified. And so
So then you got 10 out of 12?
yeah.
Okay. And then you simplified?
Mhm.
How are you simplifying there?
I put it down, and then I
So what's this called that you're doing right here?
simplifying.
Finding common.
Fraction.
You're finding the common factor. So 2 will divide 10. You could divide 10 by 2, and you could divide 12 by 2. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's come back over here. You got 10 over 12, right? Oh, we got it, right? We're splitting it in half, so we got 10 over 12, right? Can you count your picture for me, please?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 shaded. Can you write that in the numerator? And how many possible boxes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Out of 12. And is that the same number that you have there?
Yes.
And you have found that in 2 different ways. So what do you have going on here? Can you count your boxes for me, please?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 shaded. So where would that go? Would that be your numerator or your denominator? Yes, on top. And so what would be the whole that you're dealing with? How many total boxes that we have? And now you're ready to simplify. Great job, you guys. We're going to come back later and do something different, and back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks for that, April. And the Eagles out at Berkshire Elementary. 636-4357 is the phone number. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30 this afternoon. We have Anjana in studio with us, a 6th grade student from Reagan Elementary. And we put this up earlier for you, so head on over to the board with Marylou. You've got 4 4s, and they all need to equal 8. So what you need to do is put symbols for operations in between the numbers to make sure that it works.
So what do you think?
4 plus 4 plus 4 minus 4.
Okay, let's go ahead and throw in those operations. Okay, obviously you're using order of operation, correct? And when you have all pluses and minuses, it's normally what, left to right? Okay, so solve it out. So let's see if it does equal 8. Talk it through.
So 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12 minus 4, which equals 8.
Okay, should we throw another number up there?
Yes. So here's what I'd like you to do. Erase the 12 minus 4 equals 8.
And we can just do that.
So underneath it, write the 4 4s again.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, before I give you another number to solve for, I want you to do another way to solve for 8 instead of the way you just did.
What are you thinking?
Remember, you can use any mathematical symbols you want.
You can use parentheses if you need to.
Decimal point, factorial symbol, even though that would, I don't know if that would help you, but.
Well, exponents or no?
No exponents, because
Okay.
the only exponents you could use would be a 4.
4, okay.
And You don't want to go 4 to the 4th and then
No.
get yourself in that mess.
So what do you think?
4 times 4.
Okay, so if you're going to do the multiplication, is that okay if I do the dot? Okay, so you're thinking 4 multiplied by 4, which we know is 16. Okay, where are you going from there?
Minus 4.
Okay, so if we have minus 4, then obviously we're down to,
12.
and,
Minus 4.
okay, minus 4 again, giving us our
8.
8. Could we also kind of throw in that there to kind of isolate that?
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, so get rid of the 16 minus 4 is equal to 12.
oh, here we go again.
And what that affords us is more room to write down 4 more 4s.
Okay.
So these are things that we've had other students
Yes.
do on Do the Math, but we've never made somebody solve it more than one way.
Okay.
So,
And obviously there is more than one way to solve something.
right. So, Anjana, let's get another way. I need a third way to solve for 8 different than the previous 2.
So what do you think?
And if you need help, just turn around and go, I need help, but I want to see if you guys can figure it out first.
Remember, you can throw in decimal points.
4 plus 4 times 4 divided by 4.
Oh, okay, now we are doing order of operation, right? So let's see, you have 4 times 4, which is?
16.
16. 16 divided by 4 is
4.
4. Plus 4
Which is 8.
would be 8. There you go, a third way.
Excellent done.
Good
Nicely
job.
done.
Nice
There you go. You
job.
know what? Since we're doing 4s, let's find a 4th way. 4 more 4s.
4 more 4s? Okay, here, let me move this down. Are you ready? Okay. He's really challenging us today, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, so here you've done the plus and minus. You have a little multiply and you have subtract. Here you have 3 different operations. So what do you think we can go now? Would there any way to be, what do you think?
4 divided by 4.
Okay, but isn't this almost the same way as this? Because you're still using really order of operation, right? So I think that that's still, I think that's just a repeat of what you just did.
Right. And I like how she did that. That
Yes.
was creative. But
Yes.
once again, it is basically the same thing.
So let's think again. Could we, hold on, I'm trying to think of separating it with, could we do something where it just deals with that? What do you think? Is there any way? Can we do this? 4 divided by 4? Can we do that? Because 4 divided by 4 is?
1.
1. 1 times 8 is? 8.
There you go. Put that 8 up there. Erase the stuff at the bottom. Ladies,
right.
I'm telling you right now, you have no idea how much fun I am having with this.
Yeah!
Go ahead and put down 4 more 4s. This
I'll
is
go ahead
fun.
and do it this way. Oh, you're
There's one thing I'm waiting for you to do, so I'm glad that you're coming up with all these other things here.
Oh,
So.
I think he's waiting to see if we do decimals or something. And that's what I'm thinking. How can we do decimals here?
That has nothing to do with decimals.
Nothing to do with decimals. Okay, I'm trying to think here. We've done the parentheses. We've done all 4 operations.
Remember, any mathematical symbols will work.
Can we change them into fractions?
Well, that would just be like going 4 divided by 4, right?
Yeah. But that would be 2 of them, only 2 of them. Yeah, that's true. That's just like this. That would be the same.
Right. Here's the clue.
Clue.
Do you know what a square root is? Okay, so think about the symbol for a square root and what a square root means.
Do you know a square?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So, if we did the square root,
That would be 2.
right?
You can use everything more than once if you like.
Oh, square root on all of them. Right? 2, 4, 6, 8. Square root on all of them, and plus signs in the middle. There, the square root of 4 is 2, plus square root of 4 is 2, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8. There we go. I think
Nicely
we
done.
finally
Now
got
guess
it.
what, ladies? There are only 51 more ways to do this, but we're going to leave that to another time. 636-4357 is the phone number. We do have phone tutors here until 5:30. We'll be back with more right after this. Today we're at Richgrove Elementary School, home of the Warriors, and we're here to... All right, well, today we're at Richgrove Elementary. We've got some 4th grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade students. And we're going to build a couple of things, but first we're going to let them experiment with the sounds above and the cubes on the table. So, on the table, you've got a bunch of different cubes, all right, different colors, all right, so kind of spread them out amongst yourselves. And I just want to see what you guys can make. Make anything at all that you want, all right? So you can work individually, you can work together with a person next to you. Let's go ahead and spread them out. If you want to mix up different colors and things like that, that's fine. Just spread out the cubes. Everybody make sure they've got some. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to build something. It makes no difference to me at all what you build, but I want you to take the box apart and build something. Then be able to explain what you built. All right? So go ahead and build something. Anything at all. Anything at all. And if you need a particular color, you can trade with somebody if there's something specific that you want to try to make and it needs a certain color. All right, so go ahead and build whatever you like.
We can do this.
All right, so kind of explain to us a little bit, what did you build?
I built a full quarter of cubes and 1/4 of some cubes.
Okay, so you've got a full and then a quarter?
Yes.
All right. And what have you got?
I did six, a stack of 6 cubes, a stack of 5, a stack of 3, and a stack of 1.
And would you need any more to make your project more complete?
Yeah.
What else would you need?
I would also I have a 3, I would do a 2, and I would do 4.
Okay, so how many do you have all together right now? Because you went 1, 3, 5, and 6, right? So how many is that all together?
1, 3, 4, 5, 9, 6 is 15.
Right, so you've got 15. So you did one pattern where you went a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 6. is there another pattern that you can make using the total of 15? What else could you have done?
I could have done 2, 4, 6, 2, 4.
So if you want to, go ahead and try it. You can take them apart and try a different pattern real quick. All right, let's see. What'd you girls do?
We did a happy face to express our emotions right now.
There you go. So you did a happy face, and you're happy about using the cubes and stuff like that? All right, girls, what'd you do over there?
5, 10, 5.
A 5 by 5? Nice and simple, right? Any reasoning for the colors the way they are? No? All right, well, that just gave you guys a little bit of time to kind of play around with the cubes and make some different patterns, make whatever you wanted to, all right? Because when we come back, we're gonna have them do a certain task, and we'll see if they can match exactly what they need to build. Again, a big thanks to all the students that we had an opportunity to work with out there. Always fun to head out to different schools and work with the students throughout Kern County. Hey, we do have phone tutors available until 5:30. Right now we have another opportunity. We're going to go out and visit with April at Berkshire Elementary.
Hi, Mike. We're here at Berkshire, home of the Berkshire Eagles, and we are currently working on an exponent problem. So we're trying to figure out 2 ways to simplify 5 squared plus 2 cubed, or 5 to the second power plus 2 to the third power. So I've got them working, and most of them are okay with mathematically solving this, but now we're trying to challenge ourselves and get a visual out there. And so we're going to just walk around and talk about what we have. Where did these numbers come from?
Well, because if you multiply 5 and 5.
So can you show me right here?
Yeah.
So that is 5. So let's put parentheses around that. Or,
Oh, wait, wrong one.
yeah, there you go. Okay, so this is 5 to the second power, and that's where your 25 came from. So let's put our addition sign there. And then where'd your 8 come from? What did you do to get to 8?
Well, I multiplied 2 3 times.
Okay, so
like,
2, show me on your board, open parentheses. There you go, 2 times. And 2 times 2 is?
4.
4 times 2 is?
8.
Okay, so you added 25 and 8 and got, so where would you start for a visual? So if I needed a visual model of this, what's that gonna look like? I'm gonna come back and check on you, okay? So what do we have going on over here? Is there any, can you show me your vision, can you talk to me about your visual model?
Yes.
Okay. So, I've got a visual.
4.
So, can you erase it really quickly and then show me how you did it again? I saw you checked your answer there. I like that. So you're going to start with an open box, and then we're going to draw 4 lines. What's the mathematical term for that? Vertical. 4 vertical lines.
4 vertical line down and
Because 4 vertical lines will give us how many of these?
5.
5. So then we're going to do
4 horizontal.
4 horizontal lines to give us how many total boxes this way?
5.
So there's 5 here and 5 there. And so 5 times 5 is?
25.
So what about the visual for 2 to the third power? That's a little tougher. So what do you think we should do with that? You have no idea? So if you're multiplying 2, and then 2, and then 2 more. So when you multiply by 2, do you know what that's doing? You're gonna double? Okay, so if I have 2, if I start with 2.
Like a box?
Yeah, just a box. Doesn't have to be a big box. Doesn't have to be a big box. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Okay, so go ahead and double that. Or split that into 2, because we want 2. Okay, so when I multiply by 2, I'm going to take this box. Let's double it. What will I have now? 2. So that's only 2. How do I get 4? Where do I need to draw a line to get 4? There we go. So I have 4. When I multiply by 4, 4 times 2, when I double that, give me another box. What is that going to look like? Then that's my first double. And then give me that. So that's 4. How do I double 4? So I need some more lines. Where should I put them?
Right here.
Okay, and is that 4 doubled?
No.
So you have to put 2 more lines there. So then I have what?
8.
8. So I have 8 here. And then what's your total? So if you have 25 plus 8, 33. Great job. What do you got going on over here, ladies? Oh, this is good. I like the way that how many, you've got 2 times 2 times 2. Explain that to me. How'd you get there?
Oh, so I'm not really sure how to do this, so
Okay.
I just try to do it how I think it is.
So can you erase it and try it again so I can see what you were thinking? So where'd you start?
Started with making 4 boxes.
Uh-oh. So you had 4 boxes, so you have 1, 2. You need one more line? But how many boxes do you have? Uh-oh. So draw your box. And then make your 2. So how many do you have now? Count them again. Is that the same as this one? So we might have one too many, right? So erase one more time. We'll draw a box. And then draw 1 line. That represents my 2. So what if I double that? Draw a horizontal line. So that represents my 4. And I need to double this section and double this section. So double that, double that. There's your 8. Great job. That's how we have 2 to the 3rd power. Well, having a good time. Hopefully we'll come back to you in the studio.
What do you mean, hopefully we'll come back? We'll definitely be going back to Berkshire Elementary to check on you guys out there. Hey, we do have phone tutors available until 5:30. We have Anjana in from Reagan Elementary, a 6th grade student. And speaking of Reagan and 6th grade students, we're going to go to the phones right now. And Caitlin, how are you this year? Hello, Caitlin. I think Caitlin is getting ready to come on air with us. I think they're going to just dial her up real quick and get her going. But let me ask you this. Did you ever have any idea how to do the 4 4s before today? No. Well, you know what? It's going to be coming up in a class very, very soon. So I'm glad that you've got a little practice with that right now. All right, Caitlin, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm wonderful myself. Did you have a nice holiday break?
Yes, did
Good.
you?
Well, indeed I did. I always like a break like that. 2 weeks is always nice. The only thing I didn't like about it is having to set an alarm yesterday to finally get up on Monday and have to go to work again. So anyway, Caitlin, nice to hear from you again this year. What are you working on today?
A word problem.
As soon as you're ready, let's hear it.
On a test, Walter scored 86. Bev scored 72. Claire scored 61. And Rachel scored 93. Tyler didn't remember his score, but he knew that his score was both the mean and the median of all 5 students' scores. What was Tyler's score?
Okay, is there any other information? Do they give you the mean and the median?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait.
What is the mean?
Oh, wait, they didn't give it to me.
They didn't give it to you?
No, that's what I'm finding.
Did they give you Tyler's score?
No, I'm finding Tyler's score, but it's the mean and the median of the other 5 scores.
Okay, because it's the mean and median of the other 5 scores, but right now we only have 4 complete scores, correct?
Yes.
And Tyler is the 5th score.
Yes.
Or would
So-
his score be the mean and median of the other 4 scores?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
No?
it's of all 5.
Of all 5. Okay, because usually they kind of give you that mean because it sounds like they want you to find Tyler's score.
Yes.
And usually what they'll do is they'll kind of give you what the mean is so you can work backwards to find Tyler's score. So let's go through this a little bit from what we do have. We know that to find the mean, we want to add all the scores and divide them by how many numbers are in the set. So
Yes.
we know that we want to do the 86 plus the 72 plus 61 plus 93. And then, Caitlin, I'm going to add plus X.
Yes, that's what I did.
Okay, yes, because the X represents Tyler's score. And then, Caitlin, what did you do after this, adding all those up?
Divided by 5.
Exactly. So we're going to divide it by 5. Caitlin, did you get 312 adding up all those 4 scores?
Yes.
Okay, that's the same as I got. I got 312. So we know that 312 plus X divided by 5, that's going to equal our median, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm trying to think, usually, I'm going to put equals M for our median, because this is where they normally, like I said, give you that information. Now I'm trying to think how we can go here. If we do the opposite, if we times it by 5, that's what I'm trying to think, but we don't have a number over here to really multiply by 5. So
5x?
well, we know that this is X. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's go back. This X is the same as the mean, correct?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we know that that's going to be the same thing. So let's go ahead and do opposite. So if we multiply both sides by 5, let's go this way, okay? So if we multiply both sides by 5, we're crossing out those 5s. Caitlin, you with me on that?
Yes.
Because 5 divided by 5 is 1, identity property. So we're left with 312 plus X equals
5x?
5X. Now we want to combine like terms. So the first thing I want to do is actually, let's get rid of X. Yes. Are you with me where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to get rid of the X. Now we have 312 divided by, or equals 4X.
And you know that'll work out evenly.
Yes. And what does it come out to if we divide 4 by 312?
Well, I'm not just going to give you the answer.
Oh.
Caitlin is on the phone. Caitlin, do 312 divided by 4.
78.
There you go.
So there we go. So therefore, what is Tyler's score? Tyler's score is?
78%.
Is 78%. Now it did say that the mean and the median were exactly the same. Is it exactly the same?
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. So his mean is 78% and the median is 78.
There you go. Nicely done, Caitlin. A wonderful problem right there. And congratulations. Anjana has decided to award you a Bakersfield Condors hockey ticket. So congratulations on that. 636-4357 is the phone number. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30. Did it feel good to give away a prize right there? You're the one to say, give her some Condor tickets. So that's what we did. You ready to do some more work? All right, erase the board.
Here we go.
We're going to talk about factors and what factors are and how to determine prime factors of numbers.
Okay.
All right?
So let's talk about what a prime number is, okay? Write down an example, 2 examples of prime numbers. And why is 3 and 5 a prime number?
Because no other number goes into them.
Other than
Itself.
and
1.
1, exactly. Now, we talked about the number 1, okay? The number 1 is really special because the number 1 is neither prime nor composite. And 2 is really the only even number that's prime. And a lot of students don't know that 2 is prime because they think, oh, all even numbers are going to be composite, but they're not. And a lot of students think 1 is a prime number, but it's not. It's not prime nor composite. Now, let's talk about factors, okay? What are factors? Factors are the numbers when multiplying go into a number. So if I say, what are the factors of 12? What are the factors of 12? And you're missing one factor. What is it? Yes, it is 1. So these are all numbers when multiplied equal 12. And you did what I always call the rainbow, the way you did it, order from least to greatest. So we know that 1 and 12 equal 12. We know that 2 and 6 equal 12. And we know that 3 and 4 equal 12. Now, let's talk about prime factors, okay? Prime factors are the prime numbers that go into a number. So, if I said, what are the prime factors? There's a couple different ways we can do this. We can do what's called a factor tree. Do you remember factor trees? Okay, so show us a factor tree.
And we've got about a moment left.
Okay, go ahead quickly. Okay, are we done? And actually, you continue on with 2 times 1, but when we're doing a factor tree, we only want prime numbers. So what we're really going to do is we're going to stop when we get to prime numbers, okay? So the prime factorization of 12 is really 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. So what it's doing is taking just the prime numbers and multiplying them together. So 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 3 is?
12.
So prime factorization is when we multiply prime numbers together to equal 12. Now, if I'm going to ask you what is the greatest prime number of 12, what would you say?
3.
3, exactly. 3 is the greatest prime number of 12.
There you go. Nicely done. A quick introduction to prime factorization right there. Hey, you know what? We have one more opportunity. We're going to head out live to visit with April and the kids out at Berkshire.
Hi, we're back here at Berkshire's, home of the Eagles. Are you Eagles ready for a new problem?
Yes.
What are we doing? What were we just working on? Do you remember? What? Order of operations. You were working on order of operations, yes? So what comes first in order of operations? I should always look for parentheses, and then after parentheses, unless they're in the parentheses, right? So exponents, and then after exponents, multiply in what specific order? Left to right. And after we complete multiplication and division, left to right, we're going to do what? Add and subtract, and then that can be also left to right. So let's do this other problem. We're going to go 12 plus 3 times 7 squared minus 2. Think you can do that? Okay, I think so too. Let's go. So be prepared to talk about what we're doing. I think that you can do this. I know you can. What? Adriel, tell me what you're doing. You are working so diligently. I love it. So we started with our problem. Tell me what you did first.
So I did 7 to the square root 2, and then
So what does that mean? 7 to the second power means I'm multiplying what times what?
7 times 7.
So that's what we got here. And so you,
49.
49.
Then I subtracted by 2 because it was in the parentheses.
Because it's in the parentheses,
And
nice.
So it's 47.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna multiply 3 times 47.
So how come you're not adding 12 and 3? Because that comes first.
No, because multiply and divide is fast in the order of operations.
Because multiplying and dividing is absolutely first in the order of operations. Keep on going. I'm going to come back and see what you have, Adriel. What do we have over here? You're trying to figure this out. Where'd you start?
So right here with 7. In the parentheses, 7 to the power of 2 minus 2.
And 7 to the power of 2 is?
49.
Where'd you get that?
It's 7 times 7 is 49.
Perfect. Go ahead.
And I got 47 by subtracting 49 by 2. And then I multiplied 3 with 47,
What you did here. Okay.
141. And right now I'm just going to add.
Are you adding this in your head or are you stacking and adding? What are you doing here? Adding in your head? You go ahead and finish there. Okay, let's go back to Adriel and see what we have over here. Adriel, you had 141 plus 12. What did you get? 153. I think that is absolutely correct. Great job there, kid. And so we have had an absolute blast at Berkshire. Well, I've had a blast with you. Have you guys had a blast?
Yeah.
You've done a wonderful job showing me what you've been learning and doing this fun work on the whiteboard. I appreciate it. We're going to go back to you in the studio saying bye from the Berkshire Eagles.
All right, thanks for that, April, and all of the Eagles over at Berkshire Elementary. Hey, we do have phone tutors available until 5:30, most Tuesdays and Wednesdays throughout the regular school year, and I do believe we are on a straight run from now until the end of the season.
Wow.
I don't think we have any weeks off because of any holidays or anything
Nope.
like that, so you got a lot of work coming up ahead of you, young lady. That's right, ding, ding, ding. And Anjana, did you have a good time today?
Yeah.
Did you learn a little bit about doing those 4-4s and a little bit about prime factorization and things like that? Well, good. Well, you are now officially our newest ambassador. Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay, what that means is you have to tell other people about Do the Math. Can you do that?
Sure.
So all you have to do is if somebody needs some help, tell them about Do the Math, and they'll go, well, how do I get a hold of them? All you have to do is point to your shirt, and you can go, this is how you get a hold of them. Easy enough, right? All right, nicely done. Well, for coming in today, we would like to award you with a meal courtesy of our friends at Grillin' Burger. So you've got a wide array of food over there. They've got all sorts of different things, so hopefully you have an opportunity to go over there and enjoy that. And until we meet again, continue to do the math.
Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Edison International, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, California Resources Corporation, Bakersfield West Rotary Stroop Family Foundation, Panama Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and the Kern High School District, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.